have outsmarted a multi-billion-dollar company and scammed them out of almost $1 million. After receiving a domestic dispute call where they were alerted that a firearm was present in the apartment, police would begin searching the apartment, and they didn't only just find a 9mm firearm, they stumbled upon something else even more alarming. 5 lockboxes would be found which contained over $700,000. At this time on Monday, January 6, 2025. When they arrived, they found Smith shot several times in his chest.
What?
They believe that the suspect.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. How do you scam DoorDash out of Millie? Let's see, man.
Without further ado, let's get into what you guys can see. Now, a young man who thought of a genius way to do the wrong thing have outsmarted a multi-billion-dollar company and scammed them out of almost $1 million. Who would have thought that a young man that at the time was only 18 years old would be able to come up with a scheme to acquire so much money through a scam that went undetected even by law enforcement?
What?
In fact, the scheme was so elaborate that the only reason he was caught was due to a separate incident stemming from a domestic dispute between a young man and his girlfriend, which ultimately led police to be tipped.
There seems to be an issue with customer. Please contact DoorDash to support.
About the scheme upon further investigation into the domestic dispute. Most kids at his age with almost $1 million will be out having the time of their life.
Oh God!
But instead,
he was out the way.
22-year-old had it all tucked away in small
He was out the way,
totaling up to the amount that has been reportedly stolen from DoorDash. Now, to be honest with y'all, usually when police catch a suspect for scamming or someone obtaining money illegally, the amount that they report isn't always accurate.
Right.
You have to think about the money that was taken before law enforcement knew what was going on, that went unnoticed, and then you have some crooked officers that may say a certain amount that was taken, when in reality, they pinched a little off the top for themselves before reporting how much was actually seized. I'm not saying that's the case here, but just letting it be known that it's a possibility that happens more often than we think. Now, in a tragic turn of events, before the young suspect was able to face his consequences in the court of law for his elaborate DoorDash scheme, he would be shot and unalive in what law enforcement believes was due to a robbery that he knew. Now, the whole thing is a crazy turn of events, as a young man went from making hundreds of thousands of dollars to getting busted and having to fight a whole case to now being shot and unalive, all in a matter of months.
That's crazy.
This is an example of how fast life could change in a minute, where we must all be aware of these situations that could pop up and change our lives at any given moment. We're going to get into the story of the 22-year-old David Smith, but before we do, make sure you hit that thumbs up button so we can get this video into the algorithm. And if you're not subscribed to the platform already,
subscribe.
Make sure you do so now. Let's get into it. 21-year-old David Smith was from Connecticut and thought of an outlandish scheme to scam DoorDash employees out in California.
DoorDash employees.
He was a teen when he started the scheme that netted him almost $1 million, fooling DoorDash drivers into giving up their information, leading him to reap the fruits of their hard labor. According to investigations, Smith will place orders on DoorDash in California, and whatever DoorDash driver accepted that order will become a victim. This is because whenever you place a DoorDash order, you're able to get the driver's information for safety and communication reasoning, in which their phone numbers are included. The genius part will come in on Smith's behalf, because with him having their phone number and knowing that they have a current order to attend to, he would then use phishing hacking tactics to send fake text messages to the drivers who appeared to look like it came straight from DoorDash themselves. The message would simply state that there was something wrong with the current order that they were delivering, prompting them to go to a fake DoorDash support link that encouraged them to put their DoorDash driver credentials into a fake login. The driver will unknowingly do it, thinking that he or she is resolving the issue, and as soon as they enter...
he was finessing. So he was acting like he was DoorDash and was texting a number, like something was going on with the order. Like, this is an example message. He was saying DoorDash message. There seems to be an issue with the customer. Please contact DoorDash. And you was dumb enough to put your information in there, gang? What?
The information, it was compromised by Smith.
How?
Smith would then take the information and log into the accounts that he just got access to, and then change the banking information attached to the account.
And then he'll cash out with theirs. He'll cash out with yours.
Now leaving the funds made from the driver to go to him.
He wildin'.
The accounts he used were untraceable, because he will use other people's information to open up a bunch of debit accounts attached to payment cards so he could steal a driver's direct deposit.
So if y'all don't understand what he's saying is, I'm gonna break it down for you. So I don't know if y'all do DoorDash, y'all know y'all can cash out your money daily. If not, you can wait the pay period, which is usually about a week. And the money will go to your bank account that's linked to DoorDash. He's acting like DoorDash. He's literally acting like DoorDash. He's contacting the drivers with their number from the order that he placed, saying there's something wrong with his order, or something wrong with the customer or the order or whatever. And then he's giving them a link. They're putting all their information in the link, gang. And then he's taking that information, signing into their DoorDash with that information, changing their bank to his bank or to somebody else's bank that he stole, and then he's literally cashing their money out. That's wild, bro. How you thought about this? You wildin', gang. You was sitting there thinking, like literally was strategizing, like sitting there brainstorming how to do this, gang. That is wild, bro. I would be pissed if somebody did that to me, bro.
According to his arrest warrant, the scheme started back in 2020 when Smith was just 18 years old.
That's why
Who knows how he was able to get away with this without it being caught sooner?
But maybe
the fact that in 2020 the world was on lockdown, so it went undetected because it was bigger things people were worried about.
Right. So, but you telling me he was just sitting there all day with his cell phone, just sitting there placing DoorDash orders? Probably had like 2-3 phones placing DoorDash orders and was finessing them with the same link and was cashing out thousands a day. That's
where people weren't working in the offices. On the flip side of that, DoorDash, along with other public serving apps such as Amazon or Uber, were at an all-time high due to everyone being stuck in the house and not wanting to come out in fear of them catching anything. They say from 2020 to 2021, DoorDash's revenue topped pandemic record, becoming the largest food delivery company by market share in the U.S. by generating a whopping $4.89 billion in 2021 alone.
Yep, and he was like, let me get a piece of that.
Which was a 69% increase from the previous year of 2020. Amazon had a humongous share in 2021 as well, as they generated $108.5 billion in just the first 3 months of 2021 alone. They will finish 2021 off with $469.8 billion in total revenue.
That is amazing.
So with all this money flying around, you know the scammers were trying to get a cut, and David Smith was certainly one of them. Law enforcement believed that about 700 drivers lost money to the scheme and stated that they would likely get partial of the money back in restitution.
Partial?
Investigators say Smith thought that the distance between him and the drivers in California would make it more complicated to trace back to him. And although law enforcement will make it seem like it wasn't, I would say that it kind of was, because they themselves weren't able to catch it. What led to the actual seizing of the large amount of cash and investigation was a domestic dispute between Smith and his girlfriend that also involved a firearm.
These girls get you caught up, man.
2023, Stanford police was dispatched to Smith's Prospect Street apartment after receiving a domestic dispute call where they were alerted that a firearm was present in the apartment. Police will begin searching the apartment, and they didn't only just find a 9mm firearm, they stumbled upon something else even more alarming. During the search, they would find more than $50,000 just laying around the apartment randomly, over 100 payment cards that wasn't in the suspect or the victim's name, along with a bunch of fake IDs and several cell phones. This would raise suspicion, but it didn't just stop there. Things would get even more interesting when 5 lockboxes would be found, which contained over $700,000. At this point, law enforcement knew they were onto something and arrested Smith for the firearm, charging him with third-degree assault of a pregnant person, risk of injury to a minor, second-degree strangulation, and disorderly conduct, while his girlfriend was taken to the hospital.
That's wild.
Law enforcement began doing their investigation to find out where all the money was coming from after reporting their findings to the Financial Crimes Unit. That's when they would put everything together and realize that Smith was running the elaborate DoorDash scheme.
That's crazy,
taking money from drivers in California, stealing over 75 people's identities, and opening up over 100 debit card accounts where he transferred stolen money. Smith was ultimately charged with first-degree larceny, first-degree computer crime, second-degree forgery, third-degree identity theft, and illegal trafficking, and personal identification information. Now in November, Smith appeared in court where he turned down an offer from prosecutors to serve 5 years in prison
What?
for his connection to the case.
They was only gonna give him 5 years? 5 years for $1 million. What y'all think? Is y'all taking it or is y'all not taking it? I know they confiscated his money. I know he got some more money. You hear me? But is y'all taking that 5 years? Oh God, 5 years you did skip $1 million? And I know you got some hidden. Like, come on, gang. What y'all doing? Let me know down below, bro. Y'all taking that 5 years?
Smith was given another court date scheduled for January, but unfortunately, he wouldn't be able to make this one.
How?
This is because Smith will be gunned down January 6, 2025.
What?
Just 2 days before he was set to appear in state superior court. It's unknown whether he was going to reject or take the plea deal during his court date, but according to his attorney Frank Riccio, he may have even been considering taking the plea deal. The attorney will also state that Smith was a quiet young man and was shocked to learn that his client would pass away.
That's crazy.
According to reports, New Rochelle police says officers responded to the Heritage Homes complex around 10:50 a.m. on Monday, January 6, 2025. When they arrived, they found Smith shot several times in his chest.
What?
They believe that the suspects knew Smith, claiming that it may have been over a personal dispute. 4 suspects have been captured, with 3 being charged with M, and the 4th suspect being charged with weapon offenses.
They all got caught.
21-year-old Marquise Williamson of Newark, New Jersey, 21-year-old Amari O'Neal of Mount Vernon, 20-year-old Anthony Webster of Mount Vernon.
Yeah. They probably was into the scheme too or something. They probably felt like he got them caught up or something. I don't know. They all the same age, so obviously they all knew each other, gang. That's what I'm thinking.
21-year-old Ali Muhammad of Mount Vernon. Williamson and O'Neal were both charged with second-degree M. Webster was charged with second-degree criminal possession of a weapon and third-degree criminal possession of a weapon, and Muhammad was charged with second-degree M and second-degree criminal possession of a weapon.
Hey, that's wild, gang.
Due to the help of community members, they were able to get descriptions of the people running away from the scene, who police would later identify as those suspects. Muhammad was taken into custody days later. 2 were arrested on the scene, and another one was arrested seeking medical treatment in the Bronx for a gunshot wound to
in the
his
Bronx.
head. Reports say Williamson and O'Neal allegedly grabbed and brought Smith to the ground, while Muhammad shot David multiple times.
Oh, they
Webster,
wildin'.
the 4th suspect, held a firearm to Smith's head, while the other stole Smith's credit cards and keys.
Oh, they was robbing him.
New Rochelle police spokesperson Captain J. Collins Coyne states that the dispute was more than likely over money and the victim knew the suspect.
That's crazy. I knew it. I already knew it.
The investigation is ongoing. Smith had just moved out to Mount Vernon after he was arrested for the DoorDash scam in Connecticut, which is why he was in Mount Vernon and all the suspects were somehow associated with the area.
That's crazy.
Now, as for Smith, the charges against him in the DoorDash scheme will be dismissed on March 3rd, 2025, stated by the Assistant State's Attorney Margaret Muscati. As for the $733,000 in cash seized, she says a decision will be made on what happens with it. However, it's not definite
so they still got it.
All of the money will go back to the DoorDash victims.
Wow.
This is pretty crazy. They know the money was stolen. They have the money, and then
they gonna steal the money that bro stole from them. That's crazy.
Identify the suspects that were targeted.
What?
So why wouldn't they give back all of the money?
They trying to steal the money that he stole.
Smith,
that's wild.
It's unfortunate what happened to him, and it seemed like he was targeted by his peers to be robbed. I feel personally that he may have been the subject of a robbery attempt, and maybe he fought back, and when he did, he was shot in the process. This is why they always say, watch the company.
Oh God, bro.
Some people may be
I'm just like him, bro. I got all that money, y'all, but ain't nobody gonna know. You feel what I'm saying? Ain't nobody gonna know, bro. If I got over 100,000 in my account, I'm paranoid. What you want from me? What you got going on? Like, I ain't telling nobody nothing, gang. See, that's why I'm scared to even go on social media and start flexing. Because someone gonna try to, I can flex and somebody I don't even know might try to take me down. I might have an op and I might not even know a goddamn. Like, you feel what I'm saying, bro? It be like that, bro. They people out here be wilding, you feel what I'm saying, bro? But the fact that he did scammed all that and got away with it, though, and got took down backdoor, I'm gonna say backdoor by his homies is crazy. You feel what I'm saying, man? Hey, he wilding for doing that. He found a way, he found a glitch in the system. And he took advantage of that, bro. That's crazy, man. Y'all, let me know what y'all feel about this video. Like I said earlier in the video, is y'all gonna do 5 years for 1M? You hear me, man? Y'all stay safe out here, man. Y'all keep grinding. This is a wild story, bro. This is something out of a movie. You hear me, man? Y'all stay safe out here, gang.